I'm Sarah, in case you forgot my name, because I haven't introduced myself in a while. And we are here once again at the Fred Meyer Flat River Valley Rail Trail, and I am parked by this Cherry Middle School. They have a nice big parking lot, and in the summer it's always empty, so I'm pretty sure you're always welcome to park here, and I don't think that it would be a problem to leave your car overnight if you wanted to do the whole thing in one go and go out to Alma, stay at one of the very nice bed and breakfasts over there, and ride back the next day. It'd be a fantastic little tour. So here we go. If you decide to do the Fred Meyer River Valley Rail Trail from the beginning, starting in Lowell, and go all the way to Alma, this little place here, the Saravilla Bed and Breakfast, is a spectacular place to stay. It's really beautiful. Some pictures. This is where I stayed when I did my trip across Michigan, and I loved it. The guy there was really, really friendly. The place is very clean, and the food is absolutely delicious. Yeah, it's a really nice location. So yeah, check it out. It's a pretty nice place to stay. I have some very exciting news to share. I went to Lansing for the League of Michigan Bicyclists Awards ceremony and Advocacy Day, and had a wonderful time. All those people are just amazing. They do such a great job. That is a huge undertaking. And I received my award, which is absolutely lovely. I'll insert a picture of it. And yeah, it was really good. I got to meet a lot of very cool people. And in fact, one of the people that I met was a gentleman by the name of James Studinger. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his last name, so I apologize if I got that wrong. But he is the founder of Tour Da Yoop up in the UP of Michigan. And he invited me to do the tour, which is a huge, very exciting opportunity. And I am so very grateful. I'm very much looking forward to the ride. Got a lot of training to do. Because if you're not familiar with that ride, it's 1,200 miles and it goes around the entire Upper Peninsula. And I hear that it's absolutely beautiful. So, of course, I'll be taking my camera and I will take you all along with me. And I would very much like to encourage any women out there to join the ride, the tour. It's going to be awesome. He said that it goes through a lot of really remote areas up there, which I love, but it's also completely supported. So if you do multi-days, because you could choose to do a couple days, one day, the whole thing, whatever you want, and they will supply you with water and food along the way. They carry your luggage. It's just going to be amazing. So, but so far there's only like a couple of girls signed up. I think there's 4 of us maybe, out of all the people that have signed up so far. So we need more women out there. Come on, you gals. It's going to be an awesome time. And if you're one of those people in Michigan who's a little nervous about doing wilder adventures, you know, maybe this would be your opportunity to see a bear safely. Because you never know, you could run into one of them out there. There's definitely more bears up in the UP than there is down here, so, you know, you'd be with a group of people, it might be all right. I'm just teasing. I doubt we'll see any, maybe. But I'm so excited. I can't wait, and I hope that you guys come along with me for the ride. So I have to say, I was really surprised at how many people came up to me at the award ceremony, and they seemed very impressed that I did so many miles unsupported and solo as a female. And it just seemed kind of strange to me because for some reason, I was telling my daughter, I said, I guess in my head, I just thought that if you were that into cycling, that this is the kind of stuff you did. Like, you just went out there and rode and adventured on your bike. And so, I don't know, it just, I was a little surprised that other cyclists would be like, wow, that's really impressive, that's amazing, that's not something that I would do. And I don't know why I thought everybody did this kind of stuff. It's funny. But anyways, one of the questions that I also got asked there was, why do I think more women aren't out riding their bikes longer distances and doing different kinds of trips and stuff? Because a lot of women ride, but it seems to be, I don't know, scary for some people, I guess. I'm not sure what holds women back. I don't know if it's just that women generally don't really like to do this kind of thing, to go out into the wild, or even just general camping by bike. It's an interesting question. It's hard for me to answer because I've never really been scared to do this sort of stuff. You know, my fear was always, oh my goodness, what if I get a flat tire that I can't fix, or I break a spoke? I don't know how to deal with that. What do I do if something goes wrong? But if something goes wrong, you just find help or come up with a creative way to fix it. You know, you make sure you have backups, make sure you can get a hold of people somehow and carry the correct tools that you'll need, at least to the best of your abilities. We can't be prepared for absolutely everything, I don't think, but you know, obviously you want to know how to fix a flat for sure, and your chain. But other than being afraid of mechanical issues, I don't know. I never really, I guess I kind of feel like, it's like I told my girls, like nobody is hanging out in the middle of a national forest waiting for some lone female to come along. Like, you would be waiting forever. It's crazy, nobody would do that. So you're pretty safe. And if you don't think so, don't tell me, because I don't want to know. So anyways, the question is hard for me to answer because, like I said, I never considered things to be afraid of out there, if that makes sense. Like, I try not to think about, I don't know, all the different scenarios of bad things that could happen, because what's the point? Like, they're probably not going to happen. And like I've said in past videos, you can't let fear stop you. Because then you're just giving up on your dreams and you're just like wasting opportunities, and that sucks. If any women happen to watch this video, maybe you can tell me, what is it that stops you? Personally, I think one thing that would stop me from doing trips is the one thing that I always struggle with, just finances. Because I used to be a stay-at-home mom, and I was a stay-at-home mom for, my gosh, a decade and a half or longer. It was a long time, long enough that when I finally did go back to work, nobody considered anything that I had previously done as experience, and it really wasn't, I guess. I mean, all the computers are different. You know, when I left, we were on like those big, huge Apple computers, and now everybody uses Windows and Microsoft and Excel and all stuff that I did not have access to the entire time that I was at home. So I don't know how to use any of that stuff, so couldn't go back to the office because it seemed like everybody, even for like reception positions, they just wanted somebody who knew how to do all that stuff, and I couldn't say that I knew how to do it because I didn't know how to do it. So it's just extremely difficult to go back to the workforce. And even once you get a job, it's not a high-paying job, I'll tell you that. So you're not making a ton of money. All that to say, I think just not having enough finances to support yourself out on a ride is maybe more of a struggle for women than it is for men. You know, especially those of us who stayed home and raised our kids. Getting back to the workforce is incredibly hard now. I should probably find a way to attach a poll and poll women out there. What is the one thing that stops you from doing bike packing trips or bike tours? Is it funds? Is it fear? Or is it just that you simply are not interested in doing that kind of thing? That would be interesting. Ooh, I'm grateful for the sun. My fingers are getting a little cold, and so are my toes, because I forgot my good boots. I left them at home. But, oopsies. Oh, the sun feels delightful though. Let's see, what else? I'm still debating on whether or not I want to ride the coast to coast. I'm leaning towards yes. I feel like this video might be all over the place. I don't like that. I should have gathered my thoughts better. Maybe I need to write scripts or something, but that sounds harder somehow. One thing you might not know about the Tour Da Yoop A is, as far as I can tell, it is the largest loop tour in the entire United States. So that is pretty cool. And kind of a very special tour because they raise money, and the riders can, if they want to, raise money for the families, for specifically the families up in the UP who have children diagnosed with cancer. And the charity helps the families with all their financial needs in regards to their children's treatments, because there's not really anywhere up there for the kids to be treated. They have to come down to the lower peninsula to Ann Arbor, to the children's hospital over there. And you could imagine having to do that along with all the emotional struggles that you're facing at that time. It's got to be extremely challenging. And so to have that help, that's got to mean the world to people. So I'll be partaking in that as well. I'm really excited about that. There's a surprising amount of elevation. I'm a little worried about that, but I've been working on my climbing muscles, so we'll see how I do. I have no idea what I'm going to do for a tire selection. I'm thinking I'm just going to run my gravel tires anyway, even though this route is mostly paved. But it's 10 days out of the entire summer. The rest of the summer, I'll be on gravel. So I kind of feel like, why switch tires for 10 days? It's just an added expense that's not really a necessity, I don't think. So we'll see. I haven't heard any spring peepers. Last time I was out here a couple days ago during a false spring, I thought I heard some. But the one pond along this trail that just gets loaded with spring peepers is still very quiet. But I'm hoping to catch it when it's really, really loaded up with the little frogs and get a video of them. It's so loud. It's pretty cool. And you can see them swimming all over the water. Let's see. So far, here in Michigan, the sandhill cranes are back, the vultures are back, and so are the red-winged blackbirds. Robins, people talk about the robins, but they're really kind of here all year round. So I don't include them in my list of returnees. Isn't that pretty? I love it out here. Okay, well, I'd sure like to know what your plans are for the summer. So drop them in the comments below. Let me know what you're up to. I bet you guys got some good rides planned. And yeah, I'd love to hear about them. That'd be pretty cool. So pretty. All right, we made it back to the car, of course. And if you've made it this far and you listen to all my ramblings, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Love you out there. And thank you to everyone who subscribes. Thank you to anybody who hits the like button and all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed the ride, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.